Hi everyone, yasas que kalosir Feta to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a simple appetizer that's made with just 2 ingredients. I'm going to show you how to make Feta and Phyllo Saganaki. It's crispy and creamy and so delicious. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to begin with the Feta cheese. You can use 11 to 12 ounces of Feta. There's really no measurement for this because you can make the Feta sticks as big or as small as you want. You can use the whole chunk of Feta to make one big package, but I prefer to do these individual style rolls because they're easier to serve and less messy, and they just look really nice too. I've seen this made as like a rectangular or a square parcel, so that is an option that I'll leave for you as well, but I'm just gonna cut the Feta cheese into about 6 to 7 sticks around this size, and I'm going to place them onto a paper towel so that way the paper towel can absorb the excess moisture so it won't make the Phyllo soggy. Now next is the Phyllo. I love using country style Phyllo for this. It's thicker, it makes a heartier Phyllo parcel or Phyllo Saganaki, but if all you have is the regular number 4 Phyllo, which is used for making desserts like baklava, you can use that. Just use the whole sheet instead of half. So I'm just going to take one sheet at a time and just fold it in half so that way I can have a little marking of where I'm going to cut. And I'm going to cut each sheet in half lengthwise. I'm going to place one little stick of Feta cheese onto the bottom, and I'm going to begin rolling. And after a few rolls, I'm just going to fold the sides in so that way they're nice and secure. And I'm going to continue to roll up. And I'm going to fold the edges of the Phyllo to look like an envelope. And then right here, this is a very important step. Have some water and a pastry brush handy. And you're going to want to brush that area with lots of water because it's going to seal it all together. So that way when we go to fry these, they won't open up. Just go ahead and roll it up and seal it with the water and place it in a little plate or a tray lined with parchment paper. Cover it loosely with a clean kitchen towel. You could put a damp kitchen towel on top of the clean kitchen towel so that way the Phyllo doesn't dry out, and you're just going to continue making these until you run out of Feta cheese. You can make as many of these as you like. I'm making about 7 today, but you can make a bunch of these and these freeze well too. So now it's time to fry these, but before we fry them, I will tell you that they do taste best fried. The Phyllo gets crispy and bubbly and just airy and light. You could bake these if you really, really want to. Give them a try fried first. It just takes 3 or 4 minutes, that's all, in the oil, and then you drain them and they're not greasy at all. They just taste delicious. They almost resemble like spring rolls, the Asian spring rolls, but better. If you're gonna bake them or air fry them, definitely grease the sheet with some butter. So the Phyllo sheet, while you're wrapping the Feta cheese in there, brush some melted butter on the inside of it and then brush melted butter on top of them and bake them at 400 degrees Fahrenheit until they're nice and golden. It's going to take about 20 minutes or so. It takes a little bit less in the air fryer. I would do it at a lower temperature in the air fryer, 350 degrees, maybe even 325 so they don't burn, because you want the Feta to cook also. You don't just want them to get color on the outside. But trust me when I tell you that they taste best fried. So go ahead and fry these and thank me later in the comment section down below. So let's go over to the stovetop and fry these now. So every time I'm frying something that's gonna splatter all over the place, I like to line my stovetop with foil. I never put foil underneath the pan that's frying, obviously, because it'll burn. But I do line the sides and the back all with foil, and I reuse the same foil over and over again until it's too sticky to use. But this really makes for a very easy cleanup, so that's a little trick that I do that I thought you'd appreciate too. So once you're done making these, you can go ahead and put some olive oil. I like to use light olive oil for this in a cast iron skillet or in a frying pan. I like to use cast iron frying pans for this because they do retain the heat really nicely. I'm just going to add a layer of olive oil to my pan that's not too light, but not too, these are not going to be deep fried either because I don't want to waste the oil. But get the oil nice and hot to about 350 to 360 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the oil is nice and hot, carefully add the Feta parcels to your oil. And you're going to fry these about 3 to 4 minutes total. Flip them over halfway through so that way they're golden all around, and then carefully drain as much of the oil off as you can, and then have a plate that's lined with paper towels so you can absorb any more oil that's on them, and that's it. These are ready and they taste best nice and warm and crispy. If you are making them ahead of time, you can do that and then just warm them through in the oven for a few minutes until they're nice and hot and crisp again right before you serve them. I like to drizzle lots of Greek honey on top. I also like to give a little bit of tanginess from an herb known as sumac. You could find that in the Middle Eastern or Mediterranean grocery stores. I love the combination of the sweet, the creamy, the tangy. If you want a little kick of heat, you can just sprinkle some crushed red pepper flakes on top too, but this is good enough for me. But when you cut into this, you'll see that the phyllo is super crispy and light. The feta cheese has not completely melted, but it is so soft on the outside, yet it holds its texture on the inside, so it's perfect. Oh my goodness. Heaven on a plate. So good. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. The exact measurements are on the website, dimitrasdishes.com. Check it out and let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yes, us.